Lakesville fell like a sandcastle under the feet of a 4-year-old, and afterwards was plundered in accordance with age-old custom. Yet as satisfying as it was just a little fish in a great big ocean of good. For the hydrophobic evil had, from the start, planned to capture the city's amazing fleet, which, as opposed to the horde ships, did not sink like rocks. And so it was that Talia's creatures were driven aboard and the sails were hoisted. As the smoking ruins of the city slowly disappeared below the horizon behind them, the ships set sail for Termite Island, even if no one actually saw the impressive sight, as everyone, hey, I said everyone, was focused on the new target. The aforementioned island was the seat of the magician Yaina Overproud. Yaina was pretty and kind-hearted, and therefore, naturally, absolutely despicable. And if that weren't already enough reason to deal with her, she was also one of Tanos's buddies. Yaina ruled from Doloran. Ah, Doloran, home of arcane magic and high finance alike. Disgusting. Upon landing, the leisurely Evil's army slowly made their way to the financial capital. Yet it would be a good idea to acquire additional, even more powerful allies before facing Yaina. Talia and the remains of the cold-blooded Evil's army had reached Termite Island. Here, the egotistical magician Yaina Overproud ruled over her magical financial stronghold of Doloran.
I'll take care of this witch in short order. We'll just build up an army and beat on everything we see, just the way we did before. It's always worked until now, whereby the question arises, what the hell kind of a strange room is that? What's it good for?
In fact, that was an excellent question. Naturally, it was a... wait a moment. Yes, actually, it was a hellhole. A hellhole is a portal directly to hell. What do we need that for, you ask yourselves? Another excellent question. Here, because we want to summon a pit fiend, of course. The demonican-savvy evil plan to lead a pit fiend to Doloran in order to have an ace up its sleeve in the fight against Yaina Overproud. An ingenious plan, I must say.
Okay, pit fiend sounds good. I can see him now. This guy with muscles of steel and... whatever. How do we do this?
Well, first we need a few ingredients, which we then, for the sake of simplicity, just throw into the hellhole. We need corpse dust. However, it has to be from Termite Island, so we can't just scrape it off our zombies, but have to organize some from local graveyards. And toenails? That's simple. Oh, from a centaur. Fortunately, these primitive beings should have a few camps around here. What a coincidence. Besides that, we also need some worm slime. Ugh, just saying it makes me shudder. And spider legs. We'll probably find those kinds of creatures here in the underground. Probably a lot sooner than the tense evil would like. Oh yes, and it also requires a couple of well-aged, but unfortunately live heroes too. They're not likely to let themselves be thrown in there just like that, so we need a plan.
We can think about that later. The other things will be easier to get. Through fair trade? Through killing.
비좁다. 넓히자. 야, 빨리 땅 파. 땅을 파란 말이야. 베니쉬가 있네. 출입구가 하나밖에 없지. 거미가 있나봐. 야 빨리 땅파. 빨리 파란 말이야. 시켰고. 와. 호드를 넓히고. 야 빨리 넓혀. 나와. 빨랑캐. 다 모았고.
Drop me on the enemy.
나 따라와. 푸.
You desire?
나왔지. 아. 깜짝이야.
Malicious creatures are marching across Termite Island. Men and women. Stop them for the Alliance. Well, not the Alliance, but the Alliance of all good folk, and so you know what I mean. Anyway, stop them for the goddess.
Whoops! Apparently the heroes weren't as stupid as they looked and had noticed the pitter-patter and banging in the underground. As if that weren't enough, Yaina Overproud herself was there.
Excellent. That saves me a lot of time and work if I can defeat her right here.
Easy there. We really don't have the kind of budget that lets us burn a story character in a single map. Besides, it was necessary to stop the marching heroes, and then, immediately following a stay in the dungeon's own hotel, Le Prison, sacrifice them to the hellhole.
하하하. 쳐들어오신단다.
I am the queen of evil.
절대 안 돼.
It's payday.
넓히고. 빨리 넓혀. 잡았지? 빨리. 오. 어우 역겨워. 너무 역겨워. 보스가 있네. 빨리 잡아. 사악함이 없단 말이야. 왜 금이 없지?
The merciless evil's armies destroyed the hobbit camp with joyful efficiency. These hobbits wouldn't be running off throwing any rings into any lava in any mountains anymore.
박살났지? 와, 뱀이야.
Tanos must die.
치료 끝. 이쪽으로.
Whoops! The first centaur had lost one of its toenails. How sad. But it was exactly what the absolutely no regrets whatsoever evil needed for the hellhole.
또 끝났네. 다 챙겼지? 5개. 반대편이야. 이쪽으로 막혀있지.
And still the Horde, I mean the evil, spread their infestation across Termite Island. Onwards, peoples of the Alliance, drive this riffraff off. Otherwise, the tourists will stay away and we'll have to close up shop. I'll be at your side. Well, later. I have something important to do in Doloran. All the best, and for the Alliance and so forth.
Damn, that cowardly magician is escaping.
Just like I hadn't said anything. As Jaina got out of dodge, her subordinate heroes from the nearby village did what heroes did best. Desperately head for their opponents, using brute force and violence with absolutely no finesse whatsoever. The dungeon protecting evil made ready. As a really broad hint, the savvy narrator pointed out to the perplexed evil that the graves in the graveyard might just need a hearty smack or nudge to release the valuable corpse dust. Much like the Hero Academy on Newbie Island, Termite Island was a place frequented by aspiring adventurers. When rumors of a newly opened dungeon made the rounds, many heroes came from all over the island. These would be unpleasantly surprised to encounter not a nicely balanced beginner's dungeon, but the cruel evil's complex and trap-riddled caves instead.
아, 네.
Defend the dungeon heart.
돌아가. 문제 없지.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
낭파. 땜장이를 만들고.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
아? 왜 금이 하나밖에 없지? 야, 빨리 땅파 팍팍 파란 말이야. 업글.
Payday.
(250) 빨랑빨랑 파란 말이야. 다 쓸었지. 날아와.
Death to the heroes! Who do you want dead?
또 집 밟자. 밑에 있어. 밟아버려. 탈리아 레벨업.
So incredibly strong!
지
The fabulous
밟아버려.
evil's armies had reached the city. Yaina, however, was long gone.
Then I suppose I'll just have to take it out on the inhabitants. Forward! Ugh, haven't you plunged enough cities into ruin? Is that a trick question? I'll admit I could have saved myself the question. You monster! Thanks.
말랑해. 악마의 방을 만들고 불받지? 다 끝내버려.
Sadly, one of the hero's mighty champions lived in the city. Ronin, whose cliché-soaked name we stole one-to-one from another universe, had retired here and was anything but pleased to see evil creatures. However, whoever put that sanctimonious do-gooders lights out permanently was sure to be richly rewarded.
Reward or not, it'll be fun. Come on, fight! Bye-bye, baby!
받아라.
The great champion Ronin hit the floor. The radiant with happiness evil was extremely pleased. At the same time, this anti-heroic act was generously rewarded. Some kind of staging post would be required before any heroes could be sacrificed to the Hellhole. Undefeated heroes would be rather uncooperative. The dead ones would...
Ha! Another city destroyed. You're so evil and cruel. Thanks, that's really nice of you. I despise you. Ah, careful now. Hate leads to the dark side.
빨리 만들고. 이렇게 아래쪽으로 거대하게.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
왜 들어왔지?
Defend the dungeon heart.
큰일 났네. 돌아가. 빨리 작업해. 나 바빠. 이쪽으로 땅 쭉 파고. 안 죽었지? 만들고 있고. 땅파.
You hear that grinding sound? That's a
Uah,
giant worm
worm이야.
eating its way through the underground. It's payday.
부쳐. 우와. 잘 가라. 건물.
The disgusting evil picked up some worm slime with the hand of terror and threw it into the hellhole. What a waste. It was done. All of the requisite worm slime had been... The greedy evil feverishly grasped at other ingredients, only to realize that the hand of terror was already full.
다음. 언제 또 왔대? 됐고, 빨리 땅 파고. 벌레가 또 나왔네.
There are countless spiders pouring out of a room that was accidentally unearthed.
역겨워.
Disgusting.
온다.
The arachnomanic evil had torn off the first spider leg, just what it needed for the hellhole. It carelessly threw the rest of the spider and the remaining 7 legs aside. There are enemies in your dungeon.
또? 얘들아 뭐하니? 빨리 이쪽으로 와 임마. 아니 나갔네. 아이.
Lead me to the battle!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
야 임마 그만 좀 나와. 아이씨 왜 자꾸 나오는 거야?
Take me to the enemy!
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
그만 좀 와라고. 끝. 아 정말 더럽네. 끝났지? 더러운 벌레들. 역겨워.
The non-arachnophobic evil threw the first spider legs into the hellhole. Why did that please the demons? No idea. Maybe they ran out of interdental brushes. Done. All of the spider legs have been tossed into the hellhole. The spider-hating evil had mastered the assignment without even breaking a sweat.
다 나왔지? 좀비?
I am the evil.
화났어.
Another Another graveyard. Excellent. Here we should be able to find the rest of the corpse dust. Get a move on, people! Loot those graves! My toenails are curling. Looting graves? How repulsive! Yeah, go share your moral outrage with someone who cares.
The graveyard's ludicrous guards had been retired. Good thing for the gravedigger, who didn't have to go far this time.
시체가 없었네.
It's payday.
아, 그 페이데이요.
The first prison had been built. Now, heroes could be imprisoned when they were defeated. This was not only important for sacrificing the heroes the hellhole so desperately wanted, but also because each hero generated some evilness at the end of their stay.
Exactly. Let them stew and rot in prison, the miserable do-gooders.
Something our quick-tempered protagonist obviously desired. The very best thing, though, was the fact that any heroes that died in prison became skeletons. The necrotic evil immediately wanted to try this out, of course.
야, 빨리 쳐들어와. 막혀있네. 돌아가자. 맥주가 없지?
There are
쳐들어왔고.
enemies in your dungeon.
너무 적다.
Defend the dungeon heart.
야, 빨리 들어와.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
연마리? 네 마리?
The first hero awoke in the prison, where his death would generate some wonderful evilness for the disgusting evil. Outstanding. Oh yes, and some heroes also needed to be sacrificed in the hellhole. A tough decision. The listening closely evil was informed that the demons of the hellhole might be interested in trading a handful of priestesses of the light for one of their female demons. This sounded like a very interesting trade indeed. The prepared to make a sacrifice evil threw another hero into the hellhole.
네 마리. 양이 너무 적은데.
The demon appeasing evil had sacrificed a hero.
세 마리. 맥주를 만들고 있다고.
For evil!
잡자.
Who do you want killed?
이걸로 끝.
More. It was done. All of the required corpse dust had been sacrificed to the hellhole. The mastered this task evil patted itself on the back, right before it remembered the spiked metal gloves. Ouch.
말랑 처리해.
The far-sighted evil had discovered a modest little centaur camp. Like any good, nature-loving being, the horrible evil immediately wanted to convert this area into a nature reserve. Of course, that meant that everything that was in the way had to go. Oh, those poor centaurs. Unfortunately, they had to die for the good of the greater evil.
펜타 끝났고.
And it was done. The last unicorn, I mean the
세
last
마리만
centaur,
더.
had lost its toenail, which the eager evil quickly sacrificed to the hellhole. As it did so, it realized that every centaur actually had 4 of the stupid things. Naturally, that would have made the job just a bit easier. But hey, outstanding
잔챙이
intelligence
뭐 하는
was
거야?
never an employment criterion for evil archvillains. Either way, the goal had been achieved. Rumor has it that the demons of the hellhole might welcome the sacrifice of a few little snots. Or maybe it's just because it's fun, too. The experimental evil immediately tried it out.
맞지? 끝내. 싸워라고. 아, 시체.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
빨리 좀 움직여.
Maybe we should see what happens when we throw a few of these elves with the swords into the hellhole.
Why? Is that some sort of secret recipe?
Recipe? No idea. But it sounds like fun. Damn fair-skinned elves. Oh, but in the end, they are related to us. Those tree-cuddling hippies have nothing in common with us dark elves.
It was done. The self-sacrificing evil had thrown the required number of heroes into the hellhole, which in turn commented on the fact with a loud, contented belch. Finally, it was done. The last ingredient had been thrown into the hellhole. The victorious evil patted itself on the back in triumph. The hellhole began to bubble and make fart noises. Something in the middle whirled wildly, while it slowly grew. The sound that caused it could be seen as a demonic litany, but upon listening closer, one recognized a joyful whee! It was the pit fiend, who now emerged from the whirlpool with a wild laugh. Laugh. Oh, do I do that? Okay.
Prince of Darkness, obey my orders, and of course those of the absolute evil. You, mighty pit fiend, cruelest of the cruel.
His name is Crowley.
I beg your pardon?
It says here in the script the pit fiend's name is Crowley. Not that it's important since he doesn't speak, but I just wanted to mention it.
All right, Crowley. You, Crowley, will help us defeat Yaina Overproud. We will transform this world into an image of hell!
Daughter, try to defeat your evilness. I still haven't given up on you. Fight it! Use all your willpower.
Oh, Father, I'm still here. I'm trying. Well, now and then, at least. But my evil self won't let me talk about it. It refuses to hear my arguments, and it doesn't care what you say. How often do I have to tell you?
The pit fiend Crowley listened to Talia's inner quarrel and grumbled at Tanos' words. Non-residents of hell were so annoying. Tanos disappeared after the evil Talia's rant and tirade of insults. She then turned to Crowley.
Come, pit fiend! I mean Crowley! Let's get that accursed magician! Y'ain't overproud! Your days are numbered.